How we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV, with some live news, breaking news. Jose Mourinho has given his press conference ahead of the game against Crystal Palace this weekend, and the bad news coming from Jose Mourinho is the confirmation that Paul Pogba's injury is a little bit more long-term than anybody would have first expected. Now, Pogba obviously went off with a hamstring injury in Man United's win over FC Basel in the Champions League. And yes, we've been winning games without Paul Pogba, but it will be foolish to think that this injury is not going to hamper Manchester United's chances when we come back from the international break. We're playing Liverpool away. It's our biggest game of the season, and we're going to be without our best midfielder. Ander Herrera, as good as Ander Herrera is, Nemanja Matic, as good as he is, neither can fully replace what Paul Pogba does in that team. And Marouane Fellaini is the actual player right now who Jose Mourinho has tasked with actually replacing Fellaini. And I want to know what you think about this injury. By the sounds of things, James Ducker from The Telegraph released an article saying that he thought Pogba could be out until Manchester United face Chelsea away, and that's at the start of November. So that means he'll miss games against Liverpool away, Benfica away, Huddersfield away, Spurs at home, Swansea away in the League Cup as well. There's some tough games in there. Spurs at home and Liverpool away. Now, Man United haven't properly been tested so far this season. It's always been question mark over our progress this year. Liverpool away is the big first acid test for Manchester United, and we're going to have to do it without Paul Pogba. So I want to know from you, how do we replace Paul Pogba? If it's going to be long term, if it's going to be another 4, 5, 6 weeks, longer than we thought it was going to be, how do we properly replace him in the team? Let's read a few of your comments coming in through straight away. Got Football Red Devil saying, I'm guessing he'll be out until November, maybe, or at least the earliest late October. At least it's going to be until the end of October, mate. Otherwise, it wouldn't be too long term, I suppose. But Mourinho said that he's not even considering the possibility of Pogba coming back anytime soon. Just the same as Marcos Rojo and the same as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's still saying he's holding out hope that Phil Jones and Antonio Valencia, that they can be fit to face Crystal Palace at the weekend. But Pogba, absolutely no chance. Alex Rincon saying absolutely devastated. I'm devastated as well. Pogba, I'm devastated for Pogba. He started off this season so fantastically well, getting the goals and assists that everybody who tried to criticise him last year was getting. And he started to get them, and he was controlling games, phenomenal player. But now we're going to have to cope without him. Marius Lee saying, we're losing what little depth we had in midfield. Could have really used Pereira right now. And I've said this. I said this is a big mistake that Jose Mourinho, I feel that Mourinho made in the transfer window. We really should have pushed for Renato Sanchez. Because imagine having him as to come in and real depth in that midfield position. I always said a long-term injury to Pogba or Herrera or Matic, and we're going to be playing the likes of Carrick and Fellaini week in, week out. They can come in certain games and it won't be too much of a problem. But if you're playing for that for a month or two, that's when it's going to become a problem. Football TV saying, stop crying and calling me deluded. What little hope you have for your team. Missing Pogba and you think that's the end of it. I don't think it's the end of it, but losing your best player is always a bad thing. Take Harry Kane out of Tottenham Hotspur. Take Phil Coutinho. No, actually, sorry, take Sadio Mane away from Liverpool. We've got someone there saying, Paul McKeown saying, do you think it could be mind games from Jose Mourinho? I personally don't think it's mind games, fella. I think Pogba's going to be out for at least until the end of October, probably going into November. And then just imagine that Pogba's first game back is going to be away at Chelsea. Last year we got pumped there. So having him back as the first game there is going to be tough in itself. Someone there saying, so annoying Pereira's out on loan. We could have used him right now. We absolutely could have, mate. But Pereira, he obviously went on loan to Valencia. Now, we do have a recall clause in Pereira's contract, so we can bring him back. But I'm not sure what that clause is. And Valencia's managers confirmed that that clause exists, but again, he wouldn't say exactly what it is. So maybe we will call him back. Maybe it's a little bit too soon to call him back, or maybe it's not long term enough that he won't call him back. I don't know, but Pereira could certainly have done a job in the squad right now. Someone asking about Rojo, he's going to be out until probably January time. Really, really long-term injury for him. Ibrahimovic will be back earlier than Rojo, that's for sure. But let me know in the comments now, Name the player that you want to replace Pogba. If he's going to be out for the long term, name the player you want to replace Pogba. You know, for me, that's got to be Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera was our player of the year last year. Fantastic little midfielder. Yes, he can't fully replace Pogba, but what other players in the squad have got to do? Henrik Mkhitaryan's got to improve his performances. Not that he's playing bad, but Pogba adds so much to the team that not one player is going to be able to replace him properly in midfield. So Mkhitaryan's going to have to improve. Mata's going to have to improve. Players who operate in that sort of number 10 role behind the striker, they've got to improve. Charlie Adams saying he's not injured, it's a bluff. I hope you're right, Charlie, but I really do not think you are. I don't know why Jose Mourinho would lie about this, other than mind games, I suppose. But you know, lots of people asking how long is he going to be out for. The general consensus, what James Ducker from the Telegraph said, is that he's going to be back for the Stamford Bridge game, and that is against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on the 5th of November. Fingers crossed it's then. We've got loads of people saying, Ronak saying Herrera. Jake Davidson saying, is Tuanzebe an option? Tuanzebe is currently out with a back injury, so he won't be playing anytime soon either, mate. Sam saying Herrera. Galaxy Legend saying United need a better squad. We don't need a better squad, but I've always said, consistently said it throughout the transfer window, central midfield is an area where one injury is going to make United too weak, and I think that's been proven to be the case. But saying that, we're winning every single game since, but we haven't been properly tested. And until we play Liverpool on the 13th, 14th of October, we won't fully know how good this Manchester United team can be without Paul Pogba in. If we can win away at Anfield without Pogba, we can win anywhere in the Premier League without Pogba. Marvin saying we don't have any upcoming academy stars. Obviously Scott McTominay, he's been in the squad drafting in with Pogba's injury, so he could play, but with Ander Herrera in the squad, you'd be very surprised if McTominay got any minutes ahead of Ander Herrera. And Nad's saying players like McTominay have to step up. Perfect opportunity for him. It is an opportunity, and I'm sure he'll love to take advantage of it. But I reckon we'll probably maybe see Matic and Herrera playing as a midfield two with Matic and Herrera with Mata in front of them. Martial would be a better choice. Martial does not play there. If we play 3-4-3, then missing Pogba should not be a problem. Bruno saying, is McTominay ready to take his opportunity? I don't think he's ready to play and start every game for Manchester United in the Premier League. He may feature occasionally, but it's not going to be McTominay playing regularly anytime soon. It's going to be all about maybe Ander Herrera, or it's just going to all be about Marouane Fellaini. It depends who Jose Mourinho wants. But that is it for the live reaction. I wanted to bring you the news. Paul Pogba is going to be out for the long term. How do you think Man United will cope with this? Let me know in the comments below, as always. If you want to, drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV if you are new. Take it easy, everybody.